Have you ever heard people talk about the fifth dimension and imagine it as some distant place beyond our world? What if it's not a place at all? What if the fifth dimension is actually a state of consciousness, a different way of experiencing life? According to many spiritual teachings, moving from the third dimension to the fifth dimension isn't about physically going anywhere. It's about shifting from survival mode into alignment, from fear into understanding, and from constantly reacting to life into consciously creating it. When this shift begins to happen, certain changes start showing up in your everyday experience. Here are 7 signs that may indicate your awareness is expanding. The first sign is a sense of inner calm that doesn't depend on what's happening around you. Most people believe peace comes from having the right circumstances, more money, fewer problems, better relationships. But as your awareness grows, peace becomes something you carry within yourself. Even when life feels chaotic, there's a part of you that remains steady and grounded. Instead of getting swept away by every challenge, you begin observing situations with greater clarity. The second sign is losing interest in drama. You start noticing how much energy people spend on arguments, competition, comparison, and emotional conflicts. Things that once pulled you in no longer feel worth your attention. It's not because you think you're better than anyone else. It's because you begin to recognize that much of the conflict in the world comes from unresolved fears, insecurities, and ego-driven reactions. Rather than feeding the drama, you naturally step away from it. The third sign is stronger intuition. Choices become easier. You often have a feeling about what's right for you before your logical mind can explain why. You can sense which opportunities support your growth and which situations drain your energy. This isn't about supernatural powers. It's what happens when your mind becomes quiet enough to hear the deeper wisdom that has always been present beneath the noise. The fourth sign is experiencing more synchronicities. You think about a person, and they suddenly contact you. You're searching for answers, and the perfect message appears at exactly the right moment. These experiences can feel surprising, but many people see them as signs that their inner world is becoming more aligned with their outer reality. Life begins to feel less random and more interconnected. The fifth sign is becoming less attached to labels and identities. In a lower state of awareness, people often define themselves by their job, status, achievements, or social roles. But as consciousness expands, your sense of self becomes much broader. You begin to realize that you are not just the character you play in life. You are also the awareness observing that character. This realization can be incredibly freeing because it shows you that you are not limited by the stories you have told yourself about who you are. The sixth sign is deeper compassion. You start seeing beyond people's behavior and recognizing the pain, fear, or conditioning that may be driving it. This doesn't mean accepting harmful treatment or allowing others to cross your boundaries. It simply means you stop carrying unnecessary resentment. You understand that most people act according to their current level of awareness, and that understanding creates space for compassion without sacrificing self-respect. And the seventh sign is a quiet sense of purpose. This isn't the kind of ambition that comes from wanting recognition or approval. It's something much calmer and deeper. You begin to feel that your life has meaning, even if you can't fully explain it. Instead of focusing on proving yourself to others, you become more interested in expressing your authentic self and contributing in a way that feels true to who you are. The fifth dimension isn't about escaping reality or leaving the world behind. It's about seeing reality with greater clarity. It's the shift that happens when you stop living on autopilot and begin participating in life with awareness and intention. And perhaps the most powerful realization of all is this: life is not simply happening to you. In many ways, it is unfolding through you. The moment you understand that, everything begins to look different.